And I think we're going to have a change at this end, and indeed we're going to see Nirvan Ramesh for the first time in the innings. So 3 wickets in his debut match against Glamorgan last week, including a wicket with his 7th ball, that of Colin Ingram. Not a bad one.
No,
get first up.
Nobody's managed to get him out.
Well, not too many, but he went to drive him over the top, just got underneath it, and Luke Proctor took a good catch, moving round to a sort of wideish mid-off.
The exuberance of age.
Well, yes, as I mentioned yesterday, Nirvan said it was slightly disconcerting when the captain said, "Oh no," as it went up in the air. But but he did catch it. So. But I think you'll enjoy watching him. He's technique is very much his own. But
yes, I see that in the warm-up. So he's got quite a lengthy run-up. He's just pushing his mid on a little bit deeper, but he's not got long off and long on back immediately for Jack Taylor. So he's tempting him a bit as he whirls in and bowls, and that's turned away. And Jack Taylor decides that mid on is deep enough actually to take a single. So Ramesh, having pushed him back a couple of steps, has conceded that single, and I think he's having a bit of a chat as to what he should do for Van Buren. But actually he does want him to stay a little bit deeper, the substitute fielder Bushake. So it's 490. What on earth is that? Reading numbers out the wrong way again. This is happening a lot. He's turned away to backward square by Van Buren for no run. It's not 491. To tell you that, it's 149 for 5. This is so strange. I do that when I'm writing numbers down sometimes. Write the second number first. It doesn't normally happen when I'm speaking. It's really concerning. Slip in place, striking Van Buren on the pad, but turning too much. But there was turn there.
This mid-on's interesting, isn't it? Because he just looks to me to be slightly in no man's land, Bushake, and I think he feels he's neither one thing nor t'other. I just saw him a couple of times. He's sort of been obviously gesturing to the bowler, where exactly do you want me? He's now taken a few steps back, but now having seen one turn, mid-wicket's gone in, and the man's come off the cover boundary.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. If Van Buren wants to cut and drive,
at
least for now, then let him. Ramesh bowls, he'll pull that one away down to fine leg, and that again may not go to the boundary as the ball is so sluggish over the outfield. Taylor has to get a little bit of a sprint on, but makes it back for that 3rd run. So the 150 is up for Gloucestershire. 152 for 5, and Taylor and Van Buren continue to do a sterling job for Gloucestershire, and not too slow a time either. Ramesh bowls and Taylor stands tall, and it's a sort of it's a handsome shot for nothing, and not actually hit particularly hard, but it's just the way that back comes up and then he gets into a very tall position.
Sort of slightly
commanding shot.
It's a slightly sort of Edwardian look, isn't there, about Jack Taylor's sort of Archie McLaren.
Last ball of Ramesh's first over. He bowls again. It's a little bit short, but not so short that Taylor can really get back and crack it away. Just turns it to backward square. So 4 runs off the over.
Northamptonshire women's team was hoping for a victory on the T20 finals day on his 59th birthday on Saturday, but didn't materialise.
Ramesh slipping a short leg bowls, and it's played slightly more uncertainly this time by Jack Taylor. Looks a little bit of turn there again, past short leg. Kept it down well enough, but there was a brief strangled cry of catch as he moves in, bowls, and Taylor reaching forward for that one, and well, they probably could have got a single there actually. They took a couple of steps down each and then decided against it, but it was hit to the right of backward point, who is Ben Sanderson. Of course, Northamptonshire are greatly enjoying the fact that they didn't take Sanderson on for the single.
Absolutely not. Fearsome arm.
So Ramesh, arms up in front of him, and then he bowls, and that's turned back towards him, deflects it back somewhere in the vague vicinity of the stumps.
Ben Sanderson there with his hands behind his back like the late Duke of Edinburgh, isn't he? Sort of patrolling the backward point region.
He does have a very different action, does Ramesh. So the arms go out in front of him, and then he whirls them across each other, almost right seemingly as he bowls, and it comes off pad, this one, down to short fine leg. It's almost like when somebody runs in and and lets go of the ball before they actually then go through and bowl, just as a bit of a party trick. There's a certain element of that to it. Ramesh bowls and Taylor back and defending. This rain seems to be ever nearer to hitting us, and fortunately once it does hit, the forecast really is for it to, well, once it hits us it'll stay hit, to adapt to sickening cricketing cliche.
It'll make a nuisance of itself. Outstay its welcome.
Ramesh bowls, fires it down the leg side. Taylor tries to help it round the corner, but he's furious with himself as he's, I don't know how he managed to get the ball quite as square as that, because it looked as if he'd got the little round the corner shovel, a la sort of under 9 cricket, which is about the only shot I think I ever really mastered, that help round the corner, and somehow he's ended up hitting it more towards square leg. 156 for 5, maiden over from Ramesh. So after an outburst of scoring, these two have been becalmed somewhat in the last few overs.
And this is Nirvan Ramesh, the 17-year-old off-spinner, is coming into the attack, a test of his character and skill. Only bowled a couple of overs in the first innings, 17 years old, making his second championship appearance, pupil at Westminster School. Northamptonshire's third youngest championship cricketer since the war. Picked up 3 wickets on championship debut against Glamorgan last week, including Colin Ingram with his 7th ball. But this is a very different set of circumstances. Nirvan Ramesh in from the pavilion end, nudged round the corner by Ollie Price. 3 fielders converge on it. Justin Broad gets there first, and it's a single to Price. He goes to 33, 85 for 2. 73 more runs required. Now field changing over for the left-handed Hammond. They've got deep mid-wicket going out on the fence. Deep square is on the fence. Long on is on the fence, but a slip has gone in. Long off as well, back on the boundary, safe Zabe. Here's Ramesh in bowl short, pulled away by Hammond, and that's a bit of a drag down from the young man, and Miles Hammond takes full advantage of it and pulls it away through mid-wicket for 4. Fielder out there, as we mentioned, Northamptonshire lining the boundary as they're able to do, but that has gone for 4, and it means that Gloucestershire go to 88 for 2, just needing 70 more runs to win. Lewis McManus comes down and has a chat with Nirvan Ramesh. McManus back behind the stumps. Round the wicket comes Ramesh, bowls to Hammond, who cuts that one away out to deep point, where Ben Whitehouse fields, fires in a low return, trying to make sure that his throw isn't coming out of the lights as the sun reappears. 89 for 2, 90 for 2 now. Gloucestershire needing 68 more runs to win. 75 balls remaining, 8 wickets in hand. Ramesh bowls to Ollie Price, a little bit short of a length, but Price goes back on his stumps, nudges it out into the onside, fielded at mid-wicket, and there's no run. Conceded 6 off the first 3 balls. And he's in again, bowling to Price, reverse sweep, and he's caught, is he? No. They're appealing for a catch behind. Price was going for the reverse sweep. It bobbled up off something. I have to say the appeal was slightly half-hearted. And the umpire says not out. Just having a look on the the replay. Come off his arm, I
yeah.
think, yeah, and looped up. So good decision by umpire James Treadwell. Ramesh in again, bowls short, pulled away by Ollie Price. Is that going to go for 4? Two fielders get in each other's way. Oh dear, this could be unpleasant. Somebody has hurt themselves down there. Two fielders converging on it. It's been a bit of a collision. It's gone for 4, but immediately the umpire's calling on the physio. It was Ben Whitehouse, and I think it's Ricardo Vasconcelos out there as well. And Northamptonshire's physio, Lee Daggett, right on the spot.
There's probably got to come a point where Gloucestershire think, OK, we've really got to put the foot down here and just make sure we can get enough cricket in.
Nirvan Ramesh is going to continue bowling round the wicket, and that's very wide outside the off stump. It's short, it's cut into the offside by Hammond. It's fielded by Arush Bashaik, the second of Northamptonshire's substitutes. Brings up the 100 for Gloucestershire, greeted with high celebrations with the handbell somewhere. 100 for 2, 58 to win.
It's usually somebody up on the top floor of the balcony, the Grace apartment.
Ramesh in and bowls to Price, short again, paddled by Price round the corner, down to Ben Whitehouse. Good bit of fielding, coming round the boundary at deep backward square. One more to Price. He goes to 41. Gloucestershire to 101 for 2. Ramesh betraying signs of nerves, but that's not entirely surprising. Second championship match at 17. Round the wicket, he bowls, and that's short again. Pulled away by Hammond. It's going down the ground, and it's very well fielded by Adi Sharma. Throw at the non-striker's end, but they're back for 2. Good running by these two. Sharma had a good deal of ground to make up. They pick up 2 more runs. Hammond to 18, 103 for 2. 55 to win, 63 balls remaining. Northamptonshire have got 3 on the boundary on the leg side. Deep square, deep mid-wicket, long on, and now they're putting another man over at mid-wicket as Ramesh bowls outside the off-stump. Clattered out to extra cover, and unfortunately for Hammond, just picks out Arush Bashaik. So there's no run, and now Lewis McManus is putting Justin Broad, having just brought him over to mid-wicket, is now putting him over to backward point. So they have a backward point and a sort of short third man and an extra cover as Ramesh is in bowls. Turns, and it's paddled into the onside by Hammond, and that's a really good bit of fielding quickly to the ball by Sharma, but still through for a single. Hammond goes to 19 off 19 balls, 104 for 2. 1 ball to go in the 17th, so 10 overs to go after this. 54 needed. Last ball of Ramesh's second over. Bowls to Price, and Price stretches forward, turns it round the corner for a comfortable single to Ben Sanderson. So again, the requirement comfortably achieved by Gloucestershire in that over without really having to do anything remotely violent. It means they are 105 for 2. They need 53 to win. 10 overs remaining. The sun has disappeared, at least from the ground, although we can see a bit of sunshine over in the distance. But when we do lose the sun, as we were saying, the light sort of just look a wee bit gloomy. Greg Smith has obviously decided he's not